evening and welcome to the India Development Debate. I'm Tamanna Inamdar and it's been an action-packed start to the week. We're going to cover all of it for you on the show, all the big stories you need to know. So let's quickly tell you what we have lined up for you before we move ahead. So of course, the implosion within the Rajasthan Congress is the big story. Old guard versus next gen. Who's winning here between Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot? We're going to get into that in just a bit. Let me go across now to Neerja, Chowdhury and Neelanjan Sircar to analyze what could happen next. Neerja, great to have you on the show. Do you think the Ashok Gehlot government will survive, or is it too early to tell? Because the latest we heard was sources close to Sachin Pilot saying that, just a parading of MLAs in the garden of the Chief Minister was not enough. Do you think he has what it takes to actually challenge and try and topple this government, or is this a sulk he's throwing?
I think, it is maybe few hours too early to say that. The numbers being claimed by the Gehlot camp, it was nearer 120, then it became 109 at 2:30 a.m. today, then it became 106, then it's just over 100. We don't know what the numbers are at the moment. And I think, but it is possible that his government may survive if there's a confidence test today, but the government has become shaky. Its future looks uncertain. It was not the way it was looking, say, 3-4 days ago. That's point number one. Point number two, the BJP is waiting and watching. The BJP also is very uncertain whether Sachin Pilot has the requisite numbers, which is around 30, to be able to bring down the government. Now, I think we should take seriously what Sachin Pilot himself has said, that he is not joining the BJP. Therefore, what are the options? One option was, of course, that he would have tied up like Scindia with the BJP and will go join the party. But you must ask yourself the question, what does he get? If he does that, does he get chief ministership? Very unlikely, because there is a Vasundhara Raje Scindia sitting there, even if the BJP does form the government, in which case the maximum he'll get is deputy CM, which he has today anyway, so why will he go? And if it had been tied up so neatly with the BJP, I think by now, knowing the way the BJP works, the operation would have been complete. It would not have dragged on for hours the way we are seeing it. Number two, as you were pointing out, could it be that he forms a regional party? Okay, well, what does he gain? He'll have to again tie up with the BJP. So even if he has 30 MLAs, supported by BJP, a larger party, it's a very unstable government. So why would he do that? Therefore, why is he doing what he is doing? And I think that the answer lies in what Sanjay was saying. I think enough point has been reached with Sachin Pilot. He was, denied chief ministership, that's okay. But 2018, when he accepted deputy chief ministership, there was an arrangement of power sharing. But over the months, he's felt increasingly marginalized. And the last straw was what happened on Friday, this notice under SOG. And it is any self-respecting person will react. You are charging the deputy chief minister of the state with under sedition, conspiracy. And that is not being done by a party in the center. That's being done by your own party in the state, where your deputy chief minister.
So there was
therefore,
and then there was this strange. You're absolutely right, Neerja. Yeah.
You react.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And then there was this strange sort of explanation for it. Yeah, saying.
And the message to the high command is
no, I get your point. And then there was this strange sort of message on it saying that yes, there was this strange sort of message saying that the notice was sent to Mr. Gehlot as well, so it was a general investigation and all of that, but the message was clear. Neelanjan Sircar, what do you see happening next? The way Neerja has laid it out, Sachin Pilot seems to have taken this decision without perhaps thinking what the end goal would be or what the worst case scenario would be. I mean, what is the worst and best case scenario for Sachin Pilot right now? He either gives up being in the Congress and deputy CM, the BJP with 72 may just see this going out of their grasp.
So I think that, I think we have to ask a larger question about how do two factions that don't like each other interact under the same party umbrella, right? I mean, so when we ask what can Sachin Pilot potentially gain, I think you are always dealing with, in these particular states where there are multiple factions, multiple leaders who are trying to ascend to the throne, you're trying to essentially think about what can one faction gain over the other. We know that the trouble started when there was a belief that the Gehlot faction was taking too much of the pie. So the question ultimately is, and this is the answer that none of us have, is what kind of negotiations are going on within the Congress party to keep Sachin Pilot happy? Does that actually embolden or does that strengthen Sachin Pilot's position within Rajasthan, or does it weaken it? If he is in a position where he believes his faction is weakened, does he consider, whether it's an idle threat or not, creating his own party or jumping to the BJP? Right? These are the terms of debate. Right? So I think the best case scenario is, I do think that internally the Congress does understand what Sachin Pilot has done for the party in Rajasthan. And so they do understand the importance of keeping him in the fold. And that is why he has bargaining power in the first place. But the worst case scenario is that he doesn't have the numbers. It becomes obvious to the Congress that Sachin Pilot may not be as popular as the perception of him is. And he becomes further marginalized within the party in Rajasthan, and then he has no other option but to take one of these exit options or take a diminished role in terms of the way the factions interact with each other. So I think that's what it is. My sense, though, is that politicians do have a good sense of where their bargaining strengths are and how they can bargain within the party. And Sachin Pilot is very important to the Congress party. So I do see a situation, if the high command is genuinely negotiating with them, where terms will be a little bit better than they happen to be at the moment.
Well, so was Jyotiraditya Scindia. He was also very important to the Congress party, Neerja, and we saw him exit fairly easily just a few months ago. Even as we were all grappling with the coronavirus, it didn't stop, that state going out of the Congress hands, and they didn't do much about it. There seems to be no reason why they would do much about it right now. I mean, look at Rahul Gandhi tweeting a little while ago, and he's a prominent leader in the party, that from tomorrow he's going to start doing, video chats talking about his views on various things. There seems to be no sense of urgency.
I think you're right. Jyotiraditya Scindia himself has said for 1 year he was trying to get a meeting with Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, and he did not succeed. Now, that says something, because he was considered the closest to Rahul Gandhi. More than anyone else, probably. And that the Congress could have got 2 Rajya Sabha seats easily if he had not broken away from Madhya Pradesh. Digvijay Singh, who's got elected, and Scindia could have come easily. So why was he not given it? Now, if you have the old guard trying to put the younger ones in their place so that they don't raise their heads, then, this Congress is in the situation that it is in. And I would certainly say that today the failure of the High Command to intervene in the Rajasthan situation shows there is no high command today in the Congress party. There's no such thing as high command. Because had they had Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi intervened, this could have been sorted out in 10 minutes. Because it is to do with power sharing. Give me my due. You cannot humiliate me. You cannot promise me in 2018 that there'll be power sharing and then continue to marginalize me. And I have 30 years of politics ahead of me. And you expect me to sit in a corner. And the tragedy is that Ashok Gehlot is such a seasoned player. He's so experienced. We were talking yesterday. I was talking to a friend, and I was saying, I wouldn't be surprised if Ashok Gehlot would just say, I'm coming with a plane to Delhi and I'm going to take you back and we are going to sort this out. We will disagree, but we will stay together, because they complement each other for Rajasthan. And I think it's in the interest of all.
No signs of that so far.
No sign of that. No sign
Yeah.
of that. And
I
that
don't
is
know.
what-
I don't know if you're being very optimistic, Neerja, but no sign of that. I think it's become very bitter at this point. Let's just say that this is a game which isn't over. We'll have to see what unfolds over the next few hours. Thank you so much, Neerja and Neelanjan, for joining us on the first story this evening.